Oh, so you're way beyond. I'm thinking that this is a brand new case.
Nah, this is a
Okay, so did you show up to 11 is actually 14 years ago. Did you show up to the hearing?
I'm not. I don't even remember. I don't even remember any of that. I don't think I just know. I turned around and they was sending me something saying that I owe this amount of money, and then they sent me something saying I was delinquent. Even in the docket, there's no financial affidavit from me. And matter of fact, when they brought when I was already on child support for like three other cases
Mm.
when they when they did that or whatever. So they it's no way they could even had a financial affidavit because it would have been too many variables from all my other cases.
Well, then that could be an issue that you can go back and ask for a correction on. So that seems to be pretty simple.
Right. That's what I was
I
thinking.
shouldn't say simple. It seems straightforward, as Brett has already said. Nothing seems to be simple in this state. Look,
Right. Exactly. Especially when you're going in front of these folks, man, because they don't play fair. You know.
I say nothing disparaging about attorneys. Yeah, I'll just keep it at that one. But yeah,
Follow the money.
well, I'll just say if it were me, I would focus on the variables that were not considered when they came to your whatever the amount is that they claim that you owe.
Right. And also they had from now this is what it says in my docket now. From 2016, like from about 2015 or 14, I started just sending the mail back. But from 2016, it said they would close out the case. I didn't even know nothing about it. It said terminations of and then they reopened it back in 2021.
So wait a minute, they closed the case. This means they could have come to a ruling.
No, it said they terminated the case.
Okay,
Said
now, if they terminated, that means that case is over.
right. They opened up a whole new case in 2021. I don't even know nothing about. It's
Wait a minute, stop. Whoa. They
I'm getting it right here.
terminated the case. They terminated which case?
The case that I'm on right now, the one I'm talking about, and they terminated it in
What's the case
20.
number? What's the case number?
Case number is it's in Lake County, Florida. It's two 2011 DR 100-253.
So now that case was terminated on what day?
It was let me see right. Um it was terminated on uh I should have already had all this.
So
I'm on the
that
wrong
case,
paper.
okay, so let's say that case's children's names are children A. How many children?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I got it right here. It's notice of terminations of Title 4D services on 8/31/2016, and then on 1/12/2021, request to redirect payments to new Title 4D case, which I don't even know nothing about no new
Okay,
case.
but hold on, wait a minute. But are the parties in 2011, are the parties in case 253 the same as the parties in the case that was opened up in 2021?
Yes,
Okay, now the 2021 case is a brand new set of issues.
it's the same. It's the same child, the same daughter. Same. It's only one girl with her.
Okay, so one child. So child A is the same child. So the mother terminated and then reopened it. The reopened case would have to take on the recent facts. I think you sent me that, right, Brett? When the thing with Sessoms. Do I have that? Do you have that? Did you can stick in the chat room for them, Brett?
Oh man, I'm not even sure. I'd have to
There,
look it
there
up.
was never there was never any new facts because I never even knew that
No,
I
no,
never even knew that
they're
they even
all
had closed out the old case and opened up a new
new
case.
facts. They're new facts because it's a new case.
But if it's new facts, right? But then I should have some type of say so in that, right? They just can't open up a new case without me
No,
not even knowing they did it or whatever.
that's not correct. They can't open up a new case without you knowing. However, if they want to prosecute the case against you, then you have a right to be noticed and a right to defend.
Okay. Yeah, it's just they playing dirty, man. So,
Well,
but
why? So they never served you for the case. What's the 2021 case number? 2021 DR what?
new case.
Wait a minute. How old is the child by 2021? That's 10 years
She
different.
she about to be 16 next month.
Okay, well then she's okay, okay. What's the DR case for 2021?
Okay, I hold on. Let's see. Where is it? I seen something and it said we. Okay, hold on, man.
Okay, so while you get that together, um, back to our original issue. So this issue of executive orders and the president's powers are the president gains his powers through Article 2 of the United States Constitution. That's called the executive. I highly suggest people go and look that up. But if you would like, somewhere, I don't know if any of my old guys are on here. Rick, you may have it. Isn't it somewhere in that Dropbox, Rick? All those old webinars that I did where I talked about where I actually read the Constitution and broke it down for people. Because I kind of feel like I'm teaching school again. I won't say I don't like the kids, but there's a reason why I don't want to do that shit ever again. Um, but kind of gets my uh PTSD going. But you can read the Constitution for what's there. But if an executive order is written, an executive order cannot override legislation under no circumstance. Even if people think it does, you can't just say this is what it is. If Congress has passed the law, that's the law. Now, he can do anything that may not be prescribed in law to some degree within the powers of the executive branch, but he can't allocate money that comes from Congress. He can, he can cut certain federal agencies so long as those agencies haven't, so long as the people in those agencies haven't been given some sort of congressional uh security or some security that's in law. Like take me for example. I'm a veteran. My benefits and entitlements are written into law. In order for them to strip us of those things, they would have to change the law. However, where we're having an issue right now, which I don't know why motherfuckers didn't think this clown would do this, we can have all the benefits in the world, but if we don't have anybody to service them, you kind of have almost useless benefits. But our rights are our rights until the casket drops. And even after the casket drops, we're entitled to a hole in the ground and a tombstone. So long as you have an honorable discharge, there's some other parameters, but I have an RE1, so I have an honorable discharge. And so my entitlements are what they are. And I successfully completed my military obligation. So that's how that kind of works. Um, so there's no executive power that can just take away what's been earned uh uh because we had a contract with the United States government and we completed our contract or satisfied the terms and conditions of our contract, and thus so long as the United States stands and the United States is going to honor their contract, the only way they can pull out of it again is if legislation is written that gets rid of what's already there. But so just keep in mind when we talk about these executive orders, if an executive order is all holding them, when President Biden tried to do an executive order to get rid of student loans, that would have been the end of it. But he didn't have that power and authority. When President Obama tried to have it got passed by legislation, but he couldn't just pass the Affordable Care Act, which it would have, people call it Obamacare, but it took legislation, and what made the legislation hold when they had that tax penalty was your chief judge, now John Roberts, was the deciding vote at that time. So, and these are things that, just go look them up, people. It's not that difficult. And I know everybody didn't get to go to the University of Thomas Jefferson High School at 4401 Cypress Street in Tampa, but I slept through a lot of my classes. And a lot of what I learned actually in fourth and fifth grade when I was in Biloxi, Mississippi. So, as to how the government works. And it does help that I have my mother and father are also military, and they exposed me to a lot of this information. But the key to being successful in anything is understanding how the law works, understanding the parts and pieces, and then being willing to go through you call it lawfare, Brett? Go through whatever lawfare or warfare to get your remedy. Because I didn't think about it. I know I've heard of litigation trauma. We talked about that, but I never thought about they're filing things against you so that you could otherwise not fight back or to wear you down, because everybody doesn't have I'm not saying accountants pockets, but there's some guys here who have pretty deep pockets, but I think what their point is, it shouldn't take us having to exhaust a bunch of resources to get the justice that the law allow. Do you have that case law for the MSA and the title thing, Brett, or did I put it inside your folder? Because I think some
Well, I've got an example that I can read that that kind of touches on it.